Well, here we are again. I have a quick question. Do you guys ever get tired of Jewel? I haven't heard Jewel in a long time, and I'm talking about like old school Jewel before she went. Hey, can everybody hear me, by the way? I didn't even think to check. I unplugged my mic. You can hear me, right? Somebody would have said, Reese, we can't hear you if you couldn't hear me. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like 90s Jewel? I haven't listened to her in a long time. And I was just putting on my lipstick and I was like, this song has been playing for 3 hours. She was like, and these thoughtless games are breaking my heart. I was like, whoa, girl, speed it up. I was like, I'm putting lipstick on and this is taking forever. I get tired. She's whiny. Hey, everybody. Hey, Liz Tricks. Hey, Mods, Lisa Kelson, Starlina, Lisa Kelson. Yeah, okay, yeah. We already said that, Reese. Hey, Buffy. Oh man, I listen to Jewel when I feel depressed. I would think that's going to make you even more depressed. Have you listened to that? She takes one word and makes it go on for 15 minutes. She's like, you're tearing me apart, and I'm like, that's not how we sing. That's not how we get it done. Okay. Hop 2. If you're trying to make him feel bad, it's worse. Oh, hey, babe. What a little angel. What are you doing here? Tommy doesn't speak English anymore, as you see. Trixie, love seeing you. I saw Kim as Blue. Liz Tricks, Patty's here. Patty's here. Not Patty Cake, Patty. Thank you, Jojo. Guys, couple of things, okay? Wow. Oh, he's bilingual. Hey, Philip writes. Did she really? That's crazy. At least she has a sense of humor. She's going to need it. Good Lord. Angie Moe, thank you for noticing. I was wondering if anybody was going to notice. Hey, Debbie Zito. Hey, Abigail, Linda Gillum. Thanks, babe. Hey, Jessamine, Sophia. Sophia's never heard of Jewel, but she lives in Germany. You don't need to hear it. It's not good for the soul. Rain Virus. Last night was incredible. I'm still floating. She's lying. I was on FaceTime. She was listening to Nickelback. I'm through with standing in line to a bathroom I'm never gonna get in. What are you doing down there? What kinds of things do you know about, too? Honestly, what do you know, Trudy? Did you know that you were tiny, Ingrid? Ingrid, tell us. Oh my God, girl. Hey, baby steps. Thank you for your super chat. Last night was fabulous. I did, Rain. Thank you for noticing. Hey, Jan. Last night was incredible. Oh, but you're really tawny. We need to talk about it, don't we? We wish, hey, Donna Cooper, we wish that you could have met Tory because I think Tory would have absolutely fallen for you. No question. Well, there's always next time, girl. Kissed by the Lord, touched by the Lord. Love you, Punky. Oh, Abigail, I don't usually tell people to go watch stuff, but please, please go watch it. Please. It was absolutely incredible. It was one of the best moments of my life coming out of Scientology. And I truly mean that. I have been floating all day thinking about it. I'm going to have to go back and watch it because it was that meaningful to me. Hey, Teresa, I really think Tory entered your life at the perfect time. I really like what she said about looking for things to be grateful for. She's got a great inspiration. She is a absolute gem and a national treasure. Thank you, Panda. Thank you, Joanne Hawley. It was absolutely, thank you, Jamie Palmer. I haven't stopped thinking about it. And you want to know something really fascinating? I melted when she said, I'm proud of you. I did too. Hey, Vicky Andrews, I melted when she said a lot of things. When she said fluff your wings, that meant a lot to me. When she said, I absolve you of being a degraded being, that meant a lot to me. There was a ton of things that she said to me, and it was like she cut through to me. I don't know how else to put it, but I know that that's true because she did that to a lot of people. Can we all agree last night was magic? One of the coolest shows I've ever seen in my life. I'm not just saying that because I'm in love with one of them. You can say both. That's okay because I'm crazy about her as well. No, it really was, babe, and I appreciate you being there. Um, I love your show last night with Tory. It was fabulous. Don't comment very often, but if I don't catch your show live, I'm always thank you, Purple RN, and I love your picture. That means a lot. Thank you, my friend. Thank you to all of the replay crew. Robin W. I agree with Baby Steps. Fabulous. Felt like home. I loved your comment. Thanks, Diana H. I loved your comment so much when you said that during the live stream last night. Hey, Crafty Carrie. Thank you, Marie Marion. It was, I wasn't kidding. I think I used these words. It was life-changing for me in so many ways. It was so invigorating. It was so like the fire I needed from her. She was so, and I don't know that honestly anybody else could have delivered that. I feel like it had, I just sat down and hit go live. I usually adjust my screen and such. Hey, West Coast Fancy Nancy. Anna Banana, thank you. It's gotten some really good views. She might have cut too much hair off. I don't know. It would be my fault. By the way, just real quick, everybody, we need to assess. Tory is a future Reese. Kim is blue. That is the nicest thing I've ever heard. That is the highest honor I could ever feel. Thank you. I told her I feel like, and I didn't share this with you guys, but the blonde was looking a little bit icy to me. It was looking a little platinum, a little like really fake looking. It was icy. I don't know how else to put it. It was getting like turning white, and I didn't like that. So no, Philip Wright, these are not watermelons. They do look like watermelons. They're rainbows, I think. Hi, Lumen. Thanks, Iwa. So she toned it a different way, and now it's more kind of like a honey, like a warmer. She said warmer. Yeah, it was ashy before, and I was getting a little tired of it. So now it's more like a yellowy blonde, and I don't know how I feel about it. But I also had her cut it quite a bit up here, like my layers. And I had her really thin it out, like take out a lot of the bulk. So you can almost tell, like it's not as, my hair is usually bigger than this. But I like that. I like layers, and I like her taking the bulk out because then it lifts it. It's not heavy, and it will stay up because it stays lifted. And I like volume. The higher the hair, ladies. Just wondered your opinions on this, and be honest. Baby Steps, watching your face, listening to Tory was so touching. You can tell how much it meant to you. It made me so happy to see it. It was magic. It was pure magic to me. I was so in my whole element with that woman. I melted. Thanks, babe. Thanks, Meredith Lynn. You know, Meredith Lynn, it made me think of you today. Just really quick, and I do want to talk all about Tory. That's why she's in the title of my stream. She honeyed it. Yeah. And Baby Steps, that's so kind. And I love you, Baby Steps. I'm actually really glad you're here. Thank you for your super chat. I've never heard of this. I was like, is this something new? Hey, Heather, I did not buy the conditioner. I just got the shampoo. Kind of wish I would have bought the conditioner, but whatever. It comes in like 20 colors. They have it on Amazon, but it's the same price at my salon that it was on Amazon. So I just got it there. This is color. This is a color shampoo. You can get it in white, pink, red, blue, green, blonde. This color is called Sunstone. That's what she used on me today. That's what this is. It's called Sunstone. And she was like, this will stay in your hair. It is a color shampoo. I've never heard of such a thing in my life. So I was like, what do I do? I'm only showing this because of Meredith Lynn, really. Thank you, Donna Cooper. This is weird though. I was like, how often do I use it? And she was like, I would do it like it comes in brown. Look it up. It's on Amazon. Gem Lights is what it's called. Color wash. Oh, I'm glad, DNV. I did not know that, Rain. And this stuff, she said, works really, really well. Like if you wanted to have pink hair, she was like, we pink ombre a friend's hair just for fun. And it stayed for like 3 weeks. Like it will eventually wash out, but if you keep reusing it, she was like, it'll keep your color. So I'm giving it a go. I'm scared at the same time. Yeah, Meredith Lynn, I want you to check it out. Um, Oh, Angie Mo. I've used those forever, different brand. I've seen the Moroccan oil ones. I've never seen this before, and apparently it's a really good one. I like a warmer blonde. Thank you, baby steps, and thanks for your super chat. I was going to ask you that. I was starting when I was in Ecuador. I was seeing a lot of. I took a lot of selfies with Tommy, and I was like, ugh. I was real. I was like, I'm starting to become like a blonde addict where somebody needs to stop you. I've seen it happen where like someone keeps going more and more blonde and then it turns platinum. It's like ashy white blonde, like too icy. And so I was like, I went to my salon today and she goes, what are we looking at doing? Same thing. And I was like, this is nothing on you. You do an amazing job. I was like, but I think I don't like how white it was like washing out my skin tone. I felt very washed out. So I want you to keep an eye on this. Tell me what you think. I like the warmer, like yellowy honey, kind of more natural looking blonde. And lucky for me, you can't even see my eyebrows because my natural blonde is already pretty light. And she said that. She goes, you're lucky you don't get a lot of like new growth that like it's not like really dark. So hopefully it will blend nicely with when it grows out. Hey, Katie did. Sorry, that was a side note, but you know, I share everything here and we needed to talk about that before we went forward, guys. It was important. It was important. Thank you, Renee B. Thank you, Dan, the breaking news man. I don't know who these people are that you are referring to, but thank you. Thanks, Joanne Hawley. Thank you, Kim is blue. Okay, so you guys like it. If you don't like it, tell me. It's totally okay. Hey, Robin W. Yeah, just Joan. Colors matter. Hair color matters. What you wear. I always want to try to bring out, you know, everybody has beautiful eyes, beautiful hair, and beautiful skin if they wear the right colors because it makes it pop. It brings it out. You don't want to wear colors that are not good for your skin tone or your hair or your eyes because it can wash you out. Look, there's Shane B. Are you, Joe? I believe it. Jeannie Hansen, that stream should get an award. 3 hours. I couldn't believe we did 3 hours, but she's a night owl and she's 2 hours behind me. Thank you for your super chat. Thank you, Joanne. I know you would. Thank you, Marie Marion. But see, I like it with the way you do your makeup, Rain, and your eye color. Your hair color looks good. And I liked it until I got tired of it. I just was like, this is starting to wash me out. So there's so many. First of all, did most of you see that stream last night? If you didn't, thank you, Robin W. Is that how that works? Can you only hype a video like once or something? I know Kim is blue. She did do the Midwestern goodbye. How many of you watched it? And mods, would you mind putting up a link to that stream just in case? Hey, Holly, I thought of you. I put on your ring today that you made for me. One of them. That's it. I'm dyeing the goatee dark. Oh, stop it. Quit making empty threats. Oh, that's okay, Abigail. And hey, Melissa, you don't have to watch it. It's just, it was so inspiring. I don't feel like I had anything to do with that stream. That was a good stream because of Tory, not me. I'm not trying to tear myself down. She actually really helped me with that last night. I'm not trying to, but I do not feel like I brought even 10% to the table last night. That's why hey, Whidbey Island hippie girl. That's why I kept interviewing her because I was like, she is way more interesting. And I didn't know anything about her. Hey, Lupita. Thank you, Robin. I wanted to know more about her. I didn't really want to talk about me. I wanted to talk about her. Thank you, Jackie Smith. I really, truly hope that woman and I become real friends. I don't know what the hype button does. Thank you, Erica. She says, you asked her such great questions. I wish we could have kept going. We will do more, but I wanted to know more. I couldn't get enough. She had the most, hey, Viggy Cat. She had the most interesting stories. Um, Thank you, Just Joan. Vicky Andrews, it really was. Thank you, Tammy. She is my new person, Holly, for sure. Trixie, so one of you guys after this stream, try hitting the hype button for me because nobody ever hypes my videos. A few people do, but I don't know what it does. And now I'm just curious. Colt Water Vicky, I recognize you from last night's chat and you said you didn't know who I was. And I was really hoping you'd come over here. Guys, I was watching, then subscribe to your channel. Great interview. You two really bonded. Guys, welcome Coldwater Vicky. She seems amazing. I loved her in the chat last night. Thank you for coming over here and subscribing and giving us a chance. Hey, Angel, this Coldwater Vicky is an amazing community. It really is. I know a lot of people probably say that. It's an incredible group of people. They are so warm, so welcoming, and we are very non-judgmental over here. We share a lot. My channel is a lot like how it was last night with Tory. People often say it's like having coffee with friends. We're just connecting. It's about connecting. Not for everybody, but most people who come over really seem to enjoy it. Why do I feel like I always miss the super awesome streams when they're live? Abigail, I don't know, because there's so few and far between, girl. I'll try to stop. Less of an interview, more like stories between old friends. Everyone should watch it. It should be watched a few times. I cried so much and laughed. Can't wait for more. I myself was feeling, I could feel the energy in the crowd. Thank you, babe. I could feel the energy in the crowd, and you have no idea the energy that I was feeling. It was such an honor. Wrong, you worked well together to make a great stream. Thank you, baby steps. Thank you again for your super chat. Old friends. It felt like old friends. I love this. Henry's World Today. You felt like you didn't have friends and God gave you a friend. 1,000 times percent. I did not. Yeah, Vicky, it's an honor to have you here, babe. I did not expect. I knew she was going to be cool. Your facial expressions were amazing. People have said that my whole life. I knew she was going to be cool. Everybody has said Tory is amazing. She's the original OG. She's super, like everybody's described her that way. So I expected that. There was more to it than that, though. I don't know what the hype button does, but just try it, Marie Marion. There was so much more to her than I expected. And I don't know how many of you were, there were a few of you like me that were brand new over there. I've never watched Tory before. I didn't even know what her voice sounded like. I did that intentionally. I could have gone and watched some of her stuff before. I had notice of this interview for, let's see, they asked me back in like the first week of December, I think. They booked me for that interview. I had plenty of time to go check out Tory. I don't know why this is. This doesn't come from anywhere except me. I like to go. Thank you, Mimi. Damn, girl, you look gorgeous. You got it together. Thank you. I've been trying to get it together for 41 years. Thanks for noticing. Been trying since 1984. I could have gone and checked her out. I, for some reason, as a speaker or as a content creator, whatever you, we'll just leave it at that. As a person who comes on, I don't like to do stuff with a script. I don't like to do stuff knowing what the questions are going to be. I don't like to do any of that. I love to just hit go and go, we're all going to find out what she says, right? I love, love, love that style of interviewing. It's not for everybody, but I really purposefully did not want to know a lot about Tory. I wanted to get to know her myself. I didn't want to listen to what anybody else had to say about her, and I wanted to do it live. That was the honest truth. And I'm really glad I did. Supposedly the hype button boosts the video I watch on computer, so I don't have a hype button. Weird. Okay. I don't know either. I love that, Dan. I just watched the first 5 minutes. I will be watching the remaining after your live stream. I've been following her for a while. I have heard so many good things. So many good things. She accepted you, encouraged you, and wouldn't let you diminish yourself. Mama E, Erica, you're dead on. And not very many people have had that effect on me. I hate to say that. They've tried. Many have tried. Many have failed. Shameby! Bubsy? Hi, Bubsy. Baby, are you feeling all right? You didn't wake me up last night. You slept through the whole night. I'm worried about you. Oh, that's what I was going to tell you guys. Look at him. Good Lord. Seamus is so large. He lets me hold him now. Seamus cuddles me now. Hey, Original Anne. Oh my God, I love Original Anne. Look at this. Seamus never let me hold him before. He'd wiggle away, and now he lets me hold him. Are you feeling okay? You slept all night. That was strange. Seamus always wakes me. Is he dead? Is it dead? Seamus. Oh, it's alive. He usually wakes me up at like 3 in the morning with his weird, creepy voice that's super deep, like Mufasa from Lion King. Shameby, you feeling okay? You're alive, right? He never lets me hold him this long. I feel like something's wrong with him. Reese, your interview style is like meeting someone in person for the first time. That's such a great way of putting it. Look at his neck flexibility. He's a sweet boy. He's our special boy. Hey, rocks in a box. I have not seen you in forever. Shameby, are you okay, Bubsy? You feeling all right? You little chubby man. That is such a good way to describe it. That's my interview style. It's like meeting someone in person for the first time. That's what I was going to say to you guys. That interview, Original Anne, I am so happy to see you. That interview last night was so meaningful to me. Angie Mo. So if anybody watches me regularly, I haven't been sleeping. It's because of these a-holes, these cats. There's 3 of them. They become trapeze artists around 3 a.m. DP in Tennessee. Good to see you, babe. I feel like I haven't seen you in a long time. They, as you guys know, they start doing God knows what. I don't know what they're buying on Craigslist, these cats, but it's probably some sort of really illegal catnip. And they all start getting into it around 3 a.m. And then they start swinging from the ceiling and knocking over picture frames and stuff. Okay, Marie Marion, thank you. I slept through the entire night last night. I cannot remember the last time I did that. I woke up this morning and the sun was up. That has not happened to me in a long, long time. Now, I did sleep in Ecuador when I was with Tommy. I always sleep really well when I'm with Tommy. Always. I think it's also the beach, the waves crashing, all of that's peaceful. I think that has something. Thanks, DP in Tennessee. I think that has something to do with no cats flying through the air. But last night, Tory and I ended, and I drifted off into the most peaceful, deep sleep. And it was amazing. And he didn't wake me up. He wakes me up every night. He's the worst one. And I was so grateful for that. And I thought, God, that's a God wink, man. Joanne Hawley, I cried, I laughed, and I cheered. I knew as soon as you would meet her, it would be so perfect. I loved how she kept boosting you up. She is so sweet, just like you. This was meant to be. The teacher has arrived. Oh, I love that. God bless. Joanne, I don't sleep with earplugs, Ewa, in case someone comes in to murder us. Of course, Bo would wake me up. Joanne, that is the exact, I agree with this so much. When the student is ready, the teacher appears. Thank you for your giant super chat. That is very kind, but it's so true. Tory exceeded every single expectation I had in a human being, quite honestly, in a very long time. I am not just saying that. Very few people, and you tell me if this is true for you. Seamus is God's mouthpiece. Oh, is he ever? Baby Steps, she was able to tell you things in a way you could believe it. I had a feeling you would sleep well last night. That's crazy that you felt that way. And it happened, Baby Steps. And she did. Thank you again for your super chat. Lilac Lime, look great. I loved last night so much. My main thought was that she is the perfect example of what a lady friend can be. She is the perfect example of what a friend should be, in my opinion. Let's just go down the list, actually. That's it. Lilac Lime, you make a great point. Hey, Stacey Thomas, this reminds me of a lot of women in my life who I talk to here. What was Tory all about? Let's think about this. This is a great opportunity to, because I have, this has been something I've been praying for. And I have been asking every person in here. Yeah, Robin. Hey, Marty Jewel. Thank you. I have been saying this for, the last 6 months or so. Hey, Shell, what is a friendship? Friendship are subjective, right? Like, what am I looking for? Thank you, Jojo. What am I looking for in a friendship? What do I bring to the table in a friendship? Yes, Dan. Tory, to me, speaks directly to me. Here's why. Stacy, she's all about positivity. Check that box. That's what I want in a friendship. Not like fake bubbly positivity. That woman hey, Cindy Swizz, she is a gem. That woman is the epitome of wisdom. Hey, Lady O, because of what she's been through. Marissa Martin, her sense of humor, check that off. By the way, when I jumped on StreamYard, I love how she just doesn't give a shit. She's on the phone. Okay. I've never met this woman in my life. I've never even heard her voice. And I hop on StreamYard last night before the show. And she's like this. She's talking on a phone and she doesn't know I'm there. I'm down in the box in the picture in the bottom. She just doesn't know it yet. And I'm looking at her. I can see her like you guys can see me. Hey, so glad I'm here. Can't wait to watch you and Tory. Please do. So she's on the phone. She's just talking away. I'm just like awkwardly sitting there. And I'm like, should I leave? I don't want to like be eavesdropping here. Hey, Nicole Hazelmiller. And she goes, right. And I don't know how she talks. I don't know anything about her. And I'm sitting there for like 30 seconds while she's on the phone. She goes, oh, tell me about it. She goes, okay, Seamus, your voice is terrifying. You sound like a ghost. Seamus? And she goes, right. And she goes like this, fuck them. And I was like, oh, I'm in love. Oh, I'm in love. I didn't know she cussed. I had no, hey, reflections. Yes, Joan. When I heard that, I don't know anything about this woman. I've never watched her speak. And she goes, right. And she went, fuck them. And I was like, oh, my heart skipped a beat. I was like, I love her so much. I don't even know what to say. I was like, I'm so crazy in love. Yes. Inhales cigarette. Vicky Andrews. Fucking crazy. Like it was, hey, Barbara Waite, that I knew right then and there that she was meant for me. The second she's an oracle without the cigarette. The second she went, fuck them. I was like, give me a Kleenex. Hey, Haggis Basher. I'm glad you were there last night. Hey, Puka Vista. So she started to do the pretend cigarette. I saw that. Hey, Jen, welcome in, babe. So let's check. Let's go back to this really quick, though. Seriously. Truthful. Vicky Andrews, I knew it. I could feel it all the way from here. She's truthful to the extreme, which I love. Even when cussing, she's a radiant ball of positivity, original. And I'm going to tell you right now, 2% of the population can pull that off. 2%. That's science. Even when cussing, she's a radiant ball of positivity. Only 2% of the world's population can pull that off. Keep that in your back pocket. Yeah, Nancy Jane, hey, Heather Rhodes. So she's truthful, right? She doesn't sugarcoat anything. However, yeah, I loved that too, Haggis. However, she's somehow, like she's very blunt and she doesn't sugarcoat anything, but she delivers everything so nice. She's so kind. It's hard to find someone like this. Do you guys know people like that? I don't know very many people like her. That is a rarity. It is to be cherished and treasured as far as I'm concerned. But these are all the attributes. These are the characteristics I would absolutely want in a friend. I loved her. I loved her wisdom. But my favorite thing about her, of course, hey, Pat Jonas, of course, she's no nonsense. Hey, Honey Lou, she's the answer to a lot of prayers. Yes, Whidbey Island hippie girl. My favorite thing I think about Tory, well, she's very empathetic. She's very understanding of what you've gone. Hi, Bobo. What you got in a lot of trouble today. Boy, you got in a lot of trouble today. Moose caught a mouse, and I went and saved the mouse from Moose. I brought Moose in, and I went to go get Bo because they were both out, and Bo has the mouse in his mouth, and he's flipping it up in the air and like chasing it and catching it. I was heartbroken. It made me so angry, so mad that I slapped him on the ass. Yes, I did. I can't remember the last time I did that to Bo, but I was so mad at him that I spanked his ass for it. Hey, I need a card, and he hasn't gotten over it. He says, I'm still mad about it. You really hurt my feelings and my bum bum. Nobody feels sorry for you. The Lord is disappointed. Hey, Wendy Brewer. I'm sorry to hear that, Wendy. We love you. Lisa Kelson. I was just going to say that direct, but not hate. Few can pull that off. Few, I know, Stacy, very few people can pull that off. And I'm not kidding. And fearless. Yes, Marissa Martin. I'm keeping it very real here. And I don't ever say keeping it real. I just want to point that out too. Thank you for your super chat, baby steps. Hey, Geoplanet Jane. She is a splendid person and an outspoken woman. She could be the mentor you have truly needed with her history in Scientology. 100%. Iwa, he got in huge trouble. And yeah, I'm really upset about it. Hey, Charcoal Ninja. I try to save every mouse I possibly can, but now there's like multiple a week. Moose catches a mouse all the time, and I have to go shake it out of his mouth and bring him in the house while it's probably dying anyway. But I get very upset about it, and I just want to point that out. How about knowing someone like that who understands your entire past and knows stuff about the past that you don't? It was absolutely magic. It was. I agree with that. I think she's the Scientology mom you always needed. She's the everything I needed. Like she was truly, Lady O, don't encourage this kind of behavior. I'm over here admiring how Bo was able to keep hold of a mouse. Do you remember the time he did that and he brought a mouse in and it was dead and he slept next to it on the floor like a baby and I didn't know it and he growled at Kid when Kid went up to smell it. I was like, what happened? And he had this little black mouse and it was laying next to him. Like, I think he thought it was his son. I think he thought it was his child. He was carrying it so delicately, like a little baby. And he wasn't trying to hurt it. It was dead, but he just carried it around the house. And I was like, what are you doing with your life? Why did I pay for Harvard and your residency at Yale? Why did I pay for all this? What do we, I don't, I'm asking for refunds. I feel sorry for Bo. Why punish for natural drives? Because is it natural for a dog to act like that? Baby steps. First of all, I made him watch some YouTube videos as to why poodles are fancier than that. Thanks, son.
Yeah, I didn't hear him, sir.
How did you not hear that? Everybody heard that. He has the creepiest James Earl Jones voice. How old is Tory? She's 78. I didn't hit him. I would never hit Bo. I went like this. No. Do you know how thick his poodle hair is? I would never hit an animal. I mean, I swatted him on the butt. I've never done that to Gertie. But I felt like he could take it. He's 85 pounds, and I was very angry at him. I don't feel guilty about it. I was very mad. I was also mad because he wasn't listening, and I could hear it screaming, and it just was a very, very heated situation, baby steps. I remember the last time I had something to do with an entire sleeve of bagels. What? Oh, when he ate all the bagels? Bo ate, do you remember all the fancy bread we bought at the farmer's market and he ate the whole loaf? We didn't even get to try it. That bummed me out. I could not believe she was 78 years. Mice all friends, not food. Yes, exactly. I just felt sorry for it. Baby steps. I realized like even Moose is a better example. Whenever he catches a mouse, I run outside and I get him away from it. Should I do that? Probably not, because it is their instinct. I don't slap Moose on the butt, but I bring him inside, and I probably shouldn't. But when I hear it screaming, it pierces through me, and I just can't handle it. And I feel like I have to save it. I have to do something about it. So, I mean, that's something I should probably take a look at. Luckily, Bo doesn't usually do that, but I don't like anything getting hurt. And I realize it is their instincts. I realize it's part of what God gave them and their abilities, but it just makes me sad. And he deserved it because he wasn't listening to me and it made me really mad. I had to chase him around the yard barefoot and there was like ice on the grass this morning. Um, I think Tory would be great to have on when you are reading from your diary about your issues. I think Tory is I think the healing properties in Tory should be studied. That's what I think. I think Tory is a connection, Marty Jewell, that we all need. Who didn't take favoritism? Deborah, strike one. Who didn't take something away from that? From Tory, not me. Who didn't take something away from last night with Tory? I mean, she truly I feel like she is a friend to everyone. So my favorite thing about her, I love that she does not see age. She recognizes you were both just girls. I know. I love that too. And I would have never guessed her in a million years to be 78. I would have guessed 60. Wendy Brewer, I'm really sorry that you're sad today, babe. Hang in there with us. Hang here with us. She's seen it all. You know what my favorite thing about her was? Friendships are timeless. Robin W., the reason that I'm hesitating on building friendships. Tori's OT7. The reason that I have not built on thank you for that tidbit and factoid, Geoplanet Jane. The reason that I am cautious and hesitant about making friends is because the biggest characteristic that I seem to attract in friends, Victoria, is people stabbing you in the back, people being disingenuous, people not being consistent, people not being who they say they are. Now, that's not me pointing a finger at every other person here. I've also been that person. I've had a shitty character. I've not been who I said I was. I've lied to people and I've been a shitty person. I don't do that to people anymore. So I don't want to attract it. I want genuine people in my life. I would put everything I have. I would hand over Gertie if Tori were to break my trust. She wouldn't. I know this. Like, how many people just know that about her? You can watch her and see she is genuine. She is completely whole with herself. She's healed. She would never, ever do that. She would not stab people in the back. By way of full disclosure, my nature and instincts were to rob banks. Sometimes you got to rise above your instincts and nature. Sometimes you need a little help. I love that. That's Tommy is a great, great example of that. My nature and instincts were to be a Scientologist. Wow, thank you, Joan. My nature and instincts were to be a Scientologist. And what is a Scientologist good at? Stabbing people in the back, fair gaming people when you don't get your way, trash talking people, the snitch culture, writing people up when you see something wrong. So Scientologists are trained to be that way. I have also, that has been in my nature. Hey, Laura Isaac, welcome in, babe. That's been in my nature too, just like Tommy was in his nature to rob banks and break the law. At some point, people change, hopefully. They grow and they grow up and mature and they understand more about themselves, I believe, and how they don't want to harm other people or society. And Tommy luckily came to that point on his own. I realized that I was trained to be a Scientologist, but I am not a Scientologist. That's two different things. Probably not baby steps, but I've had Bo for 4 years now, and I think that might have been the second time I've ever swatted him on the butt. I did it in Kansas City when I first got him. I think that was the second time I've ever done it. So I'm not going to beat myself up about it either. I didn't like hit him in the face or smack him with a bat. I went like this. No. So, I mean, I think he's forgotten about it, and I'm certainly going to. I would never encourage that behavior, but 2 times in 4 years, I don't feel terrible about. I really don't. I'm a huge animal lover. I would never abuse my dogs physically or my cats. Um, I don't think there was anything wrong with it, honestly. I just don't. Happened in the moment. I would never inflict actual pain on an animal ever, ever. I would never do that. He's a huge dog. Yeah, I feel like he was okay because he's so big and his hair is like this thick right now. Um, uh, what was I saying before that? Did you notice Tori put on a fun little necklace? Did she though? She probably is just fun. I don't know that she did that for me. I honestly think she's just zesty and fun like that. Uh, oh, thanks, Tiffany B. Reese, why do you think these Scientology people run into their locations when they see protesters instead of saying they're around? That's a great question, Dan. And the reason that's a great question is because they used to. Now they've been trained not to. They've been trained to run the other way. So that's a great question. I don't know why that's all changed. I mean, I do know why. The internet and all the people protesting, that's caused Miscavige, I'm sure, to put out church wide, policies that like you're not allowed to. I remember Tory was talking about Anonymous last night, and I remember Anonymous very well. They used to stand outside of the Church of Scientology in Kansas City when I was training and doing auditing and courses. And at lunchtime, most of us would leave the building to go get something, and they'd be out there. And we were always told, do not talk to them. You will get written up if you talk to them. And I remember one time, my father, Gene Wally, verbatim left out of the building, and they were wearing those anonymous masks. And my dad said, quote, just so you know, this was my dad. He got in big trouble. He got written up. He said, why don't you take off that fucking mask, pussy? My dad said that, which doesn't surprise me. My dad is like that. My dad is nobody's my boss except me, and I'll just bulldoze through anything and everyone. So he didn't care about the rules. They were like, Gene, don't say anything. And he did. He said, why don't you take off that fucking mask, pussy? And he got written up for it. I'm sure he just wrote him a check and everything was fine. He probably just paid some sort of a fine of like 200 grand and no big deal, right? I love that, Geoplanet Jane. I missed you, baby steps. Sorry. I'm not wanting you to beat yourself up. I didn't mean it that way. Don't be sorry. You're a friend here. I don't, I would, you're the last person that I would ever think you'd want me to beat myself up, baby steps. You're always boosting me and lifting me up. I did not take it that way. I'm just saying, if there was something that I needed to correct on it, I would. Like if I did that a lot and I had a habit of like slapping him on the butt when I get mad or something, you would be right. But the fact that it's happened twice in 4 years, I won't do it again. I probably won't ever do it again. It may happen, but Bo is a really good dog. And I don't think hitting dogs or cats or anything like that. That's what I mean. I was trying to save a mouse today. I mean, I really don't want anything to be in pain. I don't want anything to hurt. I would never hurt Bo. I would never hurt Bo. I would never hit him to where he cried, yelped, where he felt it. Doing that to him, I mean, again, he's got like this much thick of cotton poodle hair. And I don't even know that he noticed it. The second I did it, he was still just dicking around with this mouse. Like it didn't stop him in his tracks. He didn't do anything. He didn't seem to care. But I was mad at him. And I don't feel like you did anything to make me feel bad. And don't apologize. You're perfectly fine. I love you, baby steps. Everybody here loves you. Don't think twice about it. I know. Good for your dad, says, hey, Sierra Terry. Thank you, babe. I'm so glad you got to talk to Tori. It's nice to be able to talk to someone who has experienced and know what you've been through. You've come so far. So proud of you. Cliff Ann, thank you for saying that. That is such a nice thing to say. Hey, Kevin Conklin. Thank you, Wendy Brewer. Yeah, baby steps, I mean it. I absolutely love you, and I would feel sad if you thought anything else. Nobody would ever think that. Bo literally was like, that's all you got, lady? Come on. Yeah, no, I wouldn't. I love my dog so much. I could, like, let's put it this way. Tommy and I have had this discussion before, and I'm glad it's never happened to me in life because I don't know what I would do. If I was driving somewhere or if I was ever witness to something where like someone were hitting a dog, abusing an animal, I would stop my car and get out and probably be on the news, right? Like I would never, ever, ever be supportive of someone abusing or hitting or inflicting pain using an. Oh, Bobo. He says, I know you didn't. Bobo came over to tell baby steps. He says, I didn't even feel it. I was stealing a mouse, and I'm the one who's at fault here. Oh, well, you don't have to feel bad either, Bobo. Well, I do, and I deserved a little swat, but I didn't feel it. Oh, you old silly mess. Bobo, we love you. You're a friendly neighborhood pood. Can we put your ears up in a little? Can we do this? Do you mind? Oh, look at how cute that is. Oh, it's so. Oh. Oh, he's a little bunny. He's your friendly neighborhood bunny pood. Yeah, don't worry. He's okay. If he was scared of his mom, I don't think he would come over. But you did steal the mouse, and I'm still mad at you about that. You hurt its feelings. You probably did that in front of its mother. Shelly almost stole Bo. He did eat his lunchies, Buffy. He did. Yeah, I've never witnessed anyone actually abusing an animal that I can think of, and if I have, I've blocked it out because I could not. I mean, I could drive any day past like two dudes punching each other in the face, and I'd be like, "Hey, wow, look at that! Take a picture." If I saw a guy or a woman hitting an animal, I would wreck my car over that shit. He doesn't really slobber, Shelly. He's actually a very clean dog. My mom does this a lot. He goes and drinks water and he drips water off of his chin after he drinks. Whenever I take him to the groomer, I say, please like get under here really well. But like he'll drink water and my mom will be like, oh, he's slobbering. I've never seen Bo slobber. He doesn't slobber. He's not a slobber type of breed like a bulldog or a mastiff, Great Dane, St. Bernards slobber really bad. Is Gertie friendly toward Bo? Wendy Brewer, she's friendly, but you've seen her snap at him on camera. She doesn't like really anyone. Gertie's not, she's not dangerous. She doesn't bite at anything, but if he gets too much in her face, she doesn't like it. But you know what's really interesting? If Bo's not around, like when he goes to the groomer, she mopes around the house. She's all sad. I think it's all a lie. Love you, JoJo. I think it's all a lie, and here's why. When they're outside together, she follows him everywhere. So in a lot of ways, I think he is. Are Scientologists allowed to have animals? Oh yeah. I think that he is her leader of the pack. I think that there is a pecking order, and I think he is in charge. Love you, JoJo. Because when he's not around, she acts very sad. She acts very depressed. And again, Marissa Martin, again, when they're outside in the yard together, she follows him. Like she tracks him. She follows where he goes. She pees on top of his pee and then he pees on top of her pee. But yeah, total baby steps. But yeah, Bo is her security. Like having all the coyotes around here, I go outside with them anyway. I never leave them out. But I feel good knowing the chances or likelihood of a coyote getting Gertie I don't think they would come around. Not because Bo's this big, tough dog, but he is big. And I think that he would look like a little bit of a threat. Like we're not going to get into the yard and try to take that with him there. I'm guessing. I could be wrong. Anyway, I'm going to go back and watch that stream with Tory. I was gone most of today. But I got just starting with the sleeping so well last night. And I woke up feeling different today. I woke up, guys, there was some kind of a shift. As a Scientologist would say this, there was a shift in my universe. There was a shift in my universe. Well, a couple things. I knew she was going to Sea Org members cannot have pets. No. She put my mind at peace, Kim is Blue. If you guys all watched everything she said, she had some absolute nuggets of wisdom in that whole interview. And the fluff your wing things I absolutely loved. You were seen and heard, which is ridiculously healing. So true. Love you, Wendy Brewer. I hope you get better, girl. I feel bad for you. I do seem to have a more peaceful presence today, Honey Lou. She put me at a state of ease and peace that I have not felt in a very long time. She had such a commanding presence, but it was so kind. It wasn't like scary, like snap your fingers, but she wouldn't let me get away with kicking my own ass. And there's a lot of you that won't, but for some reason, I still do it. Does that make sense? Tommy is the biggest one here who's like, don't call yourself that. Don't say that. It's not the same. I don't know what it was, but for whatever reason, the presence of that woman, I see you like her in a few years. Holly, that is a huge, huge thing to say. It's an honor. I hope to be like her. Just her attitude, that's, if you guys remember, that's why I asked her when she said, you have to really, really love yourself. When people give me, it was like Pastor Gary when I told you guys the other day, I went to Pastor Gary's church service in Ecuador, and he preached. The sermon was so good, and we talked about it the other day. He said, you have to guard your heart. You have to guard your heart from gossip, from disingenuous people. At the end of the sermon, it was over, and I said to him, I loved this sermon, but I said, can I ask you, how do you guard your heart? Like specifically you, what do you do to guard your heart? And he went down a list of things that he does. And one of a big one was that he doesn't listen to gossip. He doesn't listen to people who trash other people. Thank you, Gemini girl. Please allow yourself to contact Tory when you need to. Don't let yourself hold back and feel you are imposing. I agree with this so much. She's in your life for a reason. Baby steps, I already thought of that today. I'm on track with you about that because I do tend to do that. I know you know that. Thank you for your super chat. Baby steps is right. I've talked about this. I tend to not want to impose, and therefore I won't reach out, and I will. I promise I will. We all can. She put her phone number up there. But I asked Pastor Gary, how do you guard your heart? So, hey, Twyla. Thank you, Twyla. And I liked when I said to her, when she said, you have to love yourself very hard. I wanted to know how do you go about doing that, right? But also I wanted to know, I already had a strong feeling and I was pretty right about her answer. I wanted to know how she was raised because I am learning this as I say it out loud, as I speak. Yes, Buffy, as I speak. How much a person, this is not probably 100% true, but I'm starting to see it for what it is. As a person, as we meet people in our lives and you see how healed some of them are, like Tory, you see how strong, like Tory, you see how much she advocates for herself. That just doesn't come out of thin air. Think about that for a minute. I asked her intentionally, I wanted to know, where does that come from? How were you raised? And I absolutely loved her answer about her parents. It sounds like she had very strong parental guides. She had a mother that was, it sounds like for her time, was just like Tory, a badass, like very taught her. I love what she said. She said, how old did she say she was? Like 4 or 5. She said, my mother taught me you can wake up and you can choose to have a good day and a good attitude, or you can choose, hey, Tash Bits. Thank you, Tash Bits. Thank you. She said, you can choose to have a good day or you can choose to have a bad day. That's no one's fault but your own. I love that that's strength. Teaching someone that early on. It sounds like her mom had a lot of really, really good intentional pieces of wisdom to teach her as a small child. And I think Yeah, Sophia, I also believe I can't speak as much for men, and I don't feel close to men. I feel close to women. And I've talked to a lot of women here and behind the scenes, but me too, Joan. Um I think that depending on how you were raised or lack of, right? I think we have seen some heartbreaking people leave comments in these live chats of the horrible, horrible things their dad said to them as a small girl, or their mother told them, or both parents told them, or their sister or their brother. And like it or not, that is shaping and forming what kind of an adult you're going to be. Like it or not, that is chipping away at somebody's foundation. And that is why that's the biggest reason I have always tried to hold my tongue and be very careful around Huxley. I do not want to off the cuff, like if I'm upset about something or if I'm mad at him for something, I always shut my mouth and I think it through before I talk because I'm like, I had such poor parenting. There are all those little pieces, all those sentences stick in my mind. My dad, for instance, calling me a degraded being since as long as I can remember. My dad calling me fat when I was 10 years old. All of those things have stuck with me, and I'm 41 and a half. They've never left. So I think about that and I'm like, do not say, even if I'm being funny and Hux and I are just chatting, I also think I'm mindful of it that way. I'm like, don't say anything inappropriate, like keep everything age appropriate. Don't, I think I probably overdo it, but I really try to censor myself around him because I know how much it just tore me in half to have uh those sentences have stuck with me forever. Forever. He'll never be able to take it back. My dad will never be able to take back what he said to me. Screaming at me saying no HE and R in this house. What is HE and R? Human emotion and reaction. Now, that's the extreme. I would never talk to my son that way. Those aren't things I need to hold back on because I would never call Huxley a degraded being. I would never call Huxley anything but good things. But still, I'm very mindful. I'm like, don't say anything that it's one of my biggest fears. I'll be honest. We should do a stream on this sometime. It's one of my biggest fears as a parent, and it always has been. He's 16 now, but since he was born, it's been one of my biggest fears that I'm going to say something that when he's 40 or 30, he goes, she said that to me and I never forgave her for it. Or she said that to me and I'll never forget it. I don't want, it's going to happen. It's inevitable. There's going to be things I'm sure I've said that Huxley's like, I didn't agree with that and I wish she hadn't have said it. No doubt it's going to happen. You can't get out of this game alive. It's going to happen. Right. But I try my hardest. I do not want to be the voice in his head. I don't want to be the damaging person in his ear that said really shitty things. That's one of the reasons I've always kind of hands off parented him. I'm like, I'm here if you need me, but you seem to, you got this under control. I don't want to guide him. I don't want to tell him what to do because I'm afraid I'm going to F that up. I don't feel qualified. I'm like, he's so smart. Thank God. Huxley has always been very smart. He's always had a level, very solid head on his shoulders. He's never walked through life like I'm lost. No, he's always very smart. He's regimented. He's got a good routine. And I'm always grateful for that because I'm like, I don't want to screw this up. I don't want to say something. And so back to the Tory thing, I knew she was going to have an answer like that. You could tell. Tell me how many people would disagree with this. I guarantee you all of you will agree with me on this. Talking and meeting Tory last night, I knew she was going to tell me she had strong parents. The way she carries herself, the way that she is she loves herself, she trusts herself, she advocates for herself. There was no way on planet Earth that I knew this woman was going to be like, well, I came from a very broken home and my parents were abusive. No way. I knew she had good parents based on just the way she behaved. She was such an example of strength. You don't meet a ton of women like that. You meet a fair amount of them, but I feel like at this point in my life, I can tell people who were brought up by shitty, shitty parents, and they'll tell you about it. You don't even really have to guess. Most people will tell you about it because they want to be seen and heard. They want that trauma. They continue to talk about it because they're trying to heal. And I suggest you listen. And that's what this channel is about. To be totally honest, we're here to listen. You're here to feel seen and heard. I That's why people hate roll call. Not you guys, but a lot of people do. I can't not do it because I am engaging with this chat intentionally. I want you to feel welcome here. I want you to feel seen and heard and not judged here. So I can't ignore people as they come in. And if I do, it's a pure accident, mistake. Having a good childhood is a basis for strength. You are having to build that foundation for yourself. Let her be a guide. Such a good point, baby steps. I intend to. That woman is pure wisdom and strength. Thank you for your super chat. Baby steps, you're another one that I think of that's like Tory. You're very strong, and I love the strong woman that you raised. You're a great example of that. And that's why I circulate around you. I always feel good when I'm around you. Lupita, wow. Thank you for your super sticker, babe. That's really kind. Thank you. It's like you are related. People were saying that last night. You guys seem very similar. I thought we were too. You don't need to micromanage a kid with a good head on their shoulders. It's actually counterproductive because it's eroding their Yes, that's a great point, Sophia. It's not that he's neglected. Like Huxley gets guidance from me, but at the same time, I do not want to screw anything up. I don't want to fix anything that's not broken. And just the childhood I had and how bad my dad made me feel. Like I said, I used to he would leave for 4 or 5 days between the ages of 8 and 13. I was home alone. And I would cry when he would leave, and he would come home, and I'd come running down the stairs. I cannot remember one time. And I have a good memory. I don't have one memory of my dad hugging me. I don't have a memory of my dad saying, I love you. And I would try anyway. He'd come in the door, and I'd go rushing to him, and he'd go, "What, Reese? Come on, come on. I just got home. Give me some space. Okay." And it was so rejecting. It was so like, I was so excited to have some human contact again, right? Like I'd been home alone making chicken and star soup and peanut butter and jellies for 5 days. And you finally come through the door, and I'm excited to see him. And he did it every time. I can't even hardly, now that I'm have my eyes closed and I'm picturing it, I can see the light switches by the door. I see the front door. I see his tall body, and he would go, "Come on, come on, come on. Give me some space. I just walked in the door. Okay." And I was always like crushed by that. I just was like, God, and it was weird, but it makes total sense about me why I keep running into the fire like desperation. I knew he was going to give me that reaction, yet I repeated that same behavior for 5 years. I did that for 5 years, hoping one day he'd come through the door and go, "Hi," but he never did. And for whatever dumbass reason on my end, I was hoping that he was going to change his tune and at least pretend to love me, right? He never did. And that's why that therapy session, a few therapy sessions back, I loved that. I absolutely loved that. I haven't given up on love, but I love what he said. There's a black box that your dad put the love in, and you've been searching forever trying to find what's in it, but ultimately your dad is the only one who knows what's in it. You've been spending time trying to fabricate that love elsewhere, but his love is what you keep searching for. I think because he withheld it constantly. He didn't give it and then take it away. He just never gave it. And so I feel like I constantly annoyed my father by being like, "Dad." And so I think I did that with a lot of men. I think I did that. I repeated that behavior with a lot of, if you remember when I was married to Jeff, he would do this with me on streams when he would come on. I'd be like, "Do you still like me? Do you still want to be married to me? Do you still love me? Do you still think I'm cute? Are you attracted to me?" That's not Jeff. That's my problem. And I realize it for what it is now, but I chase And I have my whole life trying to replace and fabricate that feeling, that masculinity, that masculine touch, feel, approach. I keep searching for that and reaching for it externally. I don't do it anymore because I'm aware that I did it. And I'm also aware that I'm never going to get it except from here. I have to provide that. No one's going to heal me. No one's going to come for me. No one's going to rescue me. I have to do it. I have to do the work within. And so I'm aware of it. I don't do it much anymore. I can't remember the last time I said to Tommy, and I used to say that to him. I used to be like, "Are you still into me? Are you still feeling this? If you're not, that's okay." I don't ever say that to him because the way I look at it now, I'm like, if you're not into this, I'll be just fine. I'll heal and I'll be okay. I'll miss you, but like I will be okay. I don't feel that like I would be crushed and broken until the end of time if you left me. That's nothing against Tommy. That's a good thing, right? Like that's how I feel now about if anybody were to leave my life. I'm not responsible for that. Like if we can't work it out, then we can't work it out, but it just wasn't a fit. That's how I look at it now versus like I'm a horrible person, why do people leave me? If that makes sense to you. I love you, Victoria. We love you for roll call. Thank you for saying that. And thank you for your super chat, babe. I love roll call. I always will do it. I absolutely love roll call. But I've had people leave comments that are like, I can't be on this channel because you keep saying hi to people. Yeah, well, then it's definitely not for you. And there's 8 billion of us. Like, I'm perfectly okay with it. I welcome everyone to this channel. I hope people come to this channel, but I want people to feel heard here, right? I want them to feel seen. Thank you, Original Anne. Well, it's not anymore, and it wasn't for Huxley. Jen, I know so little about Scientology, but it sounds exhausting. We should talk about Scientology, Jen, and thank you for your super chat. It is exhausting, but it's important to talk about and understand how it works. You are both cancer signs. That was crazy. When she said that at the end, she said, I'm a cancer sign. Yes, Buffy, she does. Thank God for your animals. They tempered the lack of interest that came from your father. Thank God for my animals, and thank God that my dad let me have them. You know, as mean, hey, Mimi, as mean as my dad was, thank you guys for saying that about roll call. As mean as my father was, I think that he saw if I let her have these animals, she leaves me alone. She's less needy for me. So I told you guys I had 2 cats, a boa constrictor, ferrets, a guinea pig, a Boston Terrier dog. Oh, and a bearded dragon named Kate. Yeah, I had a lot of animals and I loved them. I looked forward to seeing them every day. Those animals got me through my childhood. They really, really did. I didn't care. The older I got, I cared less about seeing my dad. I just wanted to come home from school and see my animals. You wanted your father to care about you. He couldn't provide that for you because he could create you, but he shouldn't have because he couldn't be a father to any child. And it's hard to believe, DNB, that he had 3 daughters. When I think about that, it just makes me really, really sad because I think of all the men and women who are just walking around with parents that just abandoned or abused or all of it. No one deserves that. That's what they don't tell you. Like people focus so much on shitty people and that person's an asshole and that person this. Hey, Kestrel, when it's like, why are they shitty? You hear this all the time. Hurt people hurt people. They didn't just get born shitty people. Like even the people we don't like, right? Like even Lori Lee, would my dad have been nicer to sons? I think he would have been. I think he would have been. What were their names, Biggie Cat? I had a ferret named Friend. I had my other ferret named Bungie because she liked to jump off the top of things from really high places. And she was all white, but she was not albino. She had black eyes, but she had a little black stripe down her back, but she was all white. I had a guinea pig named Geronimo. My snake's name was Diamond. And Max and Merlin were my cats. Shorty was my dog. And Kate was my bearded dragon. Yeah. Thank you, DNV. Hey, Rebel Rowdy. I think it was great you were able to ask her questions that were meaningful to you and she answered honestly. Me too. Honestly, I would love to do that again and just ask her more and more questions. I had so many questions for her and I didn't have them going into it. If you notice, I had them as she spoke. Like I formed questions the more she would give me. I didn't know her. So I didn't know what to ask her until we started talking. Yeah, Vicky Andrews. I just think about people who are I mean, I now that we have spent so much time on this channel unpacking some of our traumas, and I say our traumas because a lot of us have. We've done the work. We do it in therapy. We come here and talk. We open up, and um, oh my God, that's so cute, Rain. Um, that's funny that I had a ferret named Friend, and we have a cat named Kid. That's funny. I have weird names for my animals. Uh, all I'm saying is, and I could give people more grace and I should. Before you just label somebody an asshole, like think about what you've been through. Think about what other people have been through. It's a lot. You had a snake named Friend, Rain. Oh my God, we're practically sisters. Thank you, Gandamashis. That's very kind. Why Kate? So Kate, actually, my dad named her Kate because our favorite movie, well, his favorite movie, and I watched it with my dad, was Tombstone. Great movie, exceptional movie if you haven't seen it. And uh, Doc Holliday's girlfriend in it, her name was Kate, and my dad had a crush on her. So he named the bearded dragon Kate, like the creep that he was. You had a Burmese python. Those are cool. Yeah, no, I did not name Kate. Hey, Debbie Bam, good to see you, babe. Um, no, I didn't name Kate. He did. Shelly, that's amazing. It's a good name. So I hear Seamus. I don't know how we got off into that. I think because Tory opened my mind to so much. And you know what she also I mean, let me just ask you, hey Patty Cake, thank you. Let me ask you guys, what nuggets of wisdom, how did you interpret Tory? What were some things that you walked away with? Nasty people are scared to heal. I love that, Vicky Andrews. What were some things that you interpreted that you walked away with about her? If there is anything, you don't have to have. I just wonder. Um, one of the big things that I walked away from, just that she inspired me. I guess what I'm trying to say, she inspired me on so many levels. But one of the things was you can tell Tori is her own best friend. She absolutely advocates for herself. She wouldn't tear herself down and she would not let other people tear her down. I guarantee it. And I am attracted to people like that. That is such a sign of strength. That's one of the many, many. Hey, Karen, I would love to hear your take after you watch it again. Robin, I am going to watch her again. Yeah, Anna Banana, that you are no longer a degraded being. If I'm not for you, then I'm not for you. Yes, she said that too, didn't she? She said that a couple of times. Take it or leave it. And she meant it. That wasn't just like something that she threw out there. Do you think we'll do another show? 100% Cliff Ann. I've already talked to her person that schedules her shows. We've already talked about it. Yeah, I would like to do something regularly with her. You know how I did stuff with Sterling on Sundays? I realized that wouldn't be realistic, but maybe like once a month doing something with Tori would be, I think, good for all of us. Um, I loved that one, Lupita. She said, start saying yes to all invites. I loved that one. Start saying yes to things. I mean, it is the start of a new year. I love all the takeaways we got from her. One of many things I took from it is how I felt comfortable. Yes, it felt right. She had no hidden agendas. There was not one thing about that woman that I felt zero red flags. All I felt were green flags with her. There was no disingenuous parts to her at all. At all. I saw kindness and wisdom. Yeah, me too, baby steps. And I walk away with how she chooses and focuses on all great things in her life, not the awful things that have occurred. She's incredible. And the awful things, Anne, that occurred, what did she do? She just shrugged them off. That's what was amazing is she's been through awful, the worst. And she just shrugged it all off. She was like, well, with a smile on her face. Most people find the pain. Most people are comfortable in pain. Most people look for the parts that make them a victim or poor me. Get out, Harold. Kim is blue. Didn't that Kim is blue? Did that make you think of? I did that intentionally last night when I went, Harold. Remember the Carol story on the Tampa train? I was like, Carol, Harold. I don't know if anybody caught that. Thank you, Rebel Rowdy. Patty cake. Yeah, she doesn't take any shit. Take it or leave it. Someone said at one point she would never say that you are not for everyone. Yes. I love that. She wanted nothing from you. That's so true too. You know why? Because she fulfills herself. She's everything I want to be. She is the epitome of inspiration. She is a pillar of knowledge. And I really, 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 if I could be a quarter of that. Hey, Susan. She totally supports you, Reese. Yeah, I definitely feel like I have a very good new friend. You should find one grateful thing every day. Yes. She is so chill with a smile, Anne. Kim is blue. Okay, good. I was hoping somebody got it. Carol! She reminds me of Rain's hair. Personality, humor, and lack of caring what anybody says. I love that. That's a huge compliment. I nearly wrote Carol, but didn't think it was appropriate. Okay, I love you guys. I love how some of you know me that well. I was thinking that in my head. I'm like, I hope somebody picked that up. I was like, Harold. She has no desire to compete in the trauma Olympics, even though she could win in a few categories. That is so beautifully said, Original Anne, and that is such a fact. It's so true. Tory, above all, I feel like has every right and reason to complain. And like you just said, win categories in the trauma Olympics. That woman is probably, that was just a fraction that we heard last night of what she's been through. She just takes it in stride and she smiles through it and she pulls herself up and just keeps going. I love that, Joe. I like when she said, I had 5 minutes to live. She decided right then and there that her life was going to be her life and no one. I loved that. And that story was really scary, a scary story. But I believe that. I've heard more people than her say that. Like when you're near death or if you go through cancer or something like that, like Liz Tricks, if she's still in here, she went through cancer. She tells us that. And she says, now that she's in remission, she's like, you don't sweat the small stuff. I've heard a lot of people say that when they've been through like a major life scare. I think that is so something to be admired. It is such a characteristic of true strength, right? Hey, DS Kitty Diane. It's okay, babe. I'm just glad you're here. She's anchored, so stable in herself. No storm will shake her. Beautifully said, and so true. And Sophia, I bet you really admire that because you're very much like that. Debbie says, I've always admired her strength, resilience, and her take no bullshit attitude. What I took away from yesterday was how much she can inspire you. It was really special to see. I agree. She inspired me every time she spoke. Every time her mouth was moving, I was hanging on to every word she said. She's steeped in honesty. I love that. I was the good girl in high school, but when I'm in this chat, I feel like I'm sitting in the back of the bus with Yadira and Shelly. Oh, don't forget Third Eye Open, Lady O. Don't let her fool you. She's Third Eye Open gets sent to the principal's office more than Yadira and Shelly, believe it or not. Believe it or not. It's the truth. Third Eye Open is Seamus. She's our special one that we have to, sometimes we have to send to the principal's office. Donna, I love her life lessons. I've learned from you too. That has helped me. I love you, Donna. Thank you for saying that. I love this, and I know you did, Rain. We both have had supportive parents, and it does make a difference. Yes. She's never in trouble on her terms. Beautifully said. Angie Mo, we've got to get to that point. Why are so many women in trouble with themselves? I see it all the time. We've got to stop doing that. Tory is our leader. She is absolutely. I like the stream and we'll hype it later for sure. Lupita, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. She loves and values herself, so she doesn't take shit from anyone and also knows her worth and who she is, so haters don't affect her. Beautifully said. I want to get business cards made, Kim is Blue. I want to do what she does. I think that is it's a gentle approach too. It's not like a putting shit in your face, like getting in people's space. I think it's a beautiful thing to just have business cards to just hand out to people and go, I left this cult and here's my phone number if you have any questions or if I can help you. Right. I loved that. Hey, Paula McDonald, she's clear on what truly matters. Absolutely. She's a strong lady who believes in her own abilities. Yeah. Yeah. Still here. Stay positive, Liz says. Also, I loved how much you loved her maiden name. Sassy. Yeah. Bazazian. That was such a cool name. I've never heard of such a cool name. She is a sassy Bazazian, full of sass. I do too, Sophia. Is Third Eye Open in here? Yeah. Not pish posh, fiddle faddle, Third Eye Open. Look at that face. Don't let it fool you. Third Eye Open will slap you over the head and you won't even know what happened. You won't even know what day it is. The cult of Tory. The business card idea was brilliant. Yeah, Third Eye Open she'll get you. I'm shocked she wasn't a Scientologist. Yeah, I'm going to order some business cards. I don't know what they're going to say. Like, what should we put on it? Like Reese Quibell, preacher of the good news. Just kidding. I'm not. More negative than not. Sassy Pizzazian. Don't call me if you're looking for a good time. Oh yeah, no, we want to promote leaving Scientology. Third Eye Open. I see way past it. I see right through it. Escapee from Scientology. Yeah. Me hearing her surname, my ears, yeah, I thought they would. Perked up, and I was very amused to hear of an Armenian Scientologist. Yes, I know. I was thinking the same thing. I ordered personal business cards from Vistaprint years ago when I was doing computer support. Oh, have Helena design one? Well, she is an amazing graphic designer. We could ask her to do that, but I feel like Helena already has a lot on her plate. I really don't like asking Helena to do anything. But maybe. Okay, that might be a winner right there. Your friendly ex-Scientologist beach babe. I like the friendly ex-Scientologist. We could put a picture of me and Bo on it and put your friendly ex-Scientologist with your friendly neighborhood pood. Vistaprint is easy to use. I like that. I know Third Eye Open, but Helena has a full schedule. She has stuff going on. I don't know. I don't want to ask her. And I feel that way about every one of you mods. I don't want to ask anybody. You guys already do a lot here and you give up your time, and love you, DP. I'm glad I got to see you. I don't ever feel comfortable being like, hey, can you guys do this too? I do not like adding things to your plate. Yeah, so Eric, let's get into that a little bit. I want to talk about, I'm not talking about trolls. I love you, Yadira. I'm not talking about trolls, but I love what she said about the trolls and the hate. Does anybody remember specifically what she said? That's cute, Lisa Kelson. Thank you, Angie. Does anybody remember exactly what she said? She said something about you're one of a great group of people that are hated. Something like that. Like you're one of the great people that are hated. So, it was something like that. And I wish I could remember exactly how she put it. She also shifted me greatly about the hate. I thought, hey, Kat, you were great last night. If Tory Magoo gets hate, I felt honored after that to get hate, honestly. And you know what else I love what she said? If you guys remember this part, I've often thought, is it OSA? But I don't really question it because it doesn't matter if it's OSA, it's hate, right? That's how I always think about it. I'm like, who cares the source? It's hate. You are part of a great group of people that are hated. Rain, when she put it like that, it just made me feel special and warm. It really did. Um, if I don't know, I looked at it so differently last night. Oh, I know that's what she said. If you are hated, look at the amazing group of people who are hated. Yes, you are part of a great group of people who are hated. I loved how she said though. Um, Hold on, Angie, I'm trying to get my train of thought here. I love what she said about Osa. Only Osa would say that. So when people do leave shitty comments and they're like, Reese, we hate you and we're not Osa. We just hate you. Or whatever they say, people who are like, yeah, this isn't Osa. This is real people that hate Reese. And she's got a great group of people that hate her. It probably is Osa. I never thought about that. Tory was like, only Osa would say that. Honestly, that makes total sense. If you guys think of it, she's a genius. Tory is very smart. I hadn't considered that. Who talks like that besides an OSA agent? There are so many people that leave stupid comments that are like, no, Reese, we're real people. We're not OSA. We really hate you. That probably is OSA. Like the more I think about it, I was like, Tory, um, if you are spending time hating me, oh yeah, Angie, that was a true, yeah, and that was another true nugget of wisdom. Guys, think about that. That was the other thing. She made me really think differently about the haters. She really made me think differently about it last night. She put the whole thing into a different spin of perspective. The haters who are hating me, or other ex Scientologists or their friends, or whoever is wasting their time, spinning their wheels, making videos, putting out shit on the internet about me, you're doing the work for OSA, right? And like she said, if you are spending time hating me, you're helping do OSA's work. That's what she said. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what she said. How does that make you feel? I mean, if you're a hater, you're already a hater and you hate everyone and everything in life, right? You're destructive anyway. But I think that that's an interesting take on that. Guys, think about that for a minute. You are helping do OSA's work. Do you really want to be a part of that team if you're not OSA? But to be honest, as often as she talked about OSA last night and not knowing who is and who isn't, it made me think a little bit more too about our current haters. How do you know they're not OSA? Think about that for a minute. How do we know they're not OSA? And you know who I'm talking about, like the real ones that have no traction. They don't get any views. They don't like they try and try and try to chip away at it. They never make any kind of any kind of a dent in anything. How do we know that they're not being paid? How do we know they're not OSA? I never thought of it like that. I thought they were just losers living in their in-laws basement or something, which they still could be. Hey, Marilyn, I liked the back away from the stove comment too. That was really good. It just made me really think about it. She really highlighted OSA for me more. And I thought, what if they are? If you want unconditional love, says Jan. Uh, if you want unconditional, wait, hold on. That's for the card. Love and support on your way to one day. Having happiness and freedom, we should talk. I'd love to help you. Jan, that's a beautiful thing to say. I would like to give out business cards to absolutely help people more. I love the idea of that. Yeah, that's a great point. Angie Mo, even if they're not OSA, they're being OSA, right? Like only OSA does things like that because they're being ordered to do it. Why would anybody spend time otherwise making videos and being hateful? Who has that kind of time unless you have orders to do it or you're being paid to do it? Doesn't make any sense to me that anybody would do that just on their free will, on their own time. Lisa, I think it does all stem from most of they stir the pot and prompt YouTubers to make videos full of only hate. I get make a video in defense, but multiple videos all full of only hate as to stem from OSA. Yeah, I do think Tory really made a very good point about that. If you're not OSA, you're being OSA, like Angie said, but you're only helping OSA. So why? Also, guys, I have to be honest. I don't want to get into hate, but I do think I've always thought it was fishy as hell that it, a totally non Scientologist, a person that had nothing to do with Scientology, would come around and attack ex Scientologists. It makes more sense to me that ex Scientologists would fight with ex Scientologists, like because they may have a common beef or they actually knew each other. Like, not that I support fighting, but it makes sense to me that anybody fighting would be people who know each other. That's where it begins. That's how families get into fights. A total stranger on the internet who doesn't know me, just attacking me. You have nothing to do with Scientology. You might wish you were an ex Scientologist, but you're not. You've got nothing to do with that. You weren't raised in it. What are you doing? You're OSA. Like, that has to be an OSA affiliate. That has to be somebody being paid by OSA at least. I'm not saying they're full on Sea Org OSA members, but they have to have something to do with it. Anyway, the point is, I'm not trying to harp on this other than I think it's really important to highlight that because it makes me feel very differently about our haters. Makes me feel very differently about our haters. Why are you trying so hard to create an effect that you're never going to create? You're never going to get what you're trying to get out of it, right? I'm never going to name you. I'm never going to give you the attention you want. You're crying for, and you have to go on other channels and leave comments for because you can't do it on your own channel. You have literally no steam at all. You have to do it elsewhere. Uh, how do we know that's not OSA? Or they're being paid? I absolutely think that's true. Who in their right effing mind would waste time just hating on someone they've never met and don't know? That doesn't make any sense. It's either OSA or who didn't get something they wanted from you, maybe a combination of both. Yeah, I think they're being paid. I really do. Listening to her last night, Scientology is pure evil, worse than I thought. I felt that way even coming out of Scientology, listening to her last night. The things, it's more, I think about like, what won't they do? Scientology is so evil. When she said that she got back to her apartment and it had been broken into and ransacked, like, what won't they do to just wreak havoc? That's scary. Even if you're being paid to be negative and shitty, it affects your mental health. Of course it does. It affects my mental health in a better way, Rain, because I'm like, oh, they're being paid. They're OSA. Like, if they're not OSA, they're being paid by OSA. Does that make sense? Like, there's just no reason for us to be attacked out of nowhere by random ass people that don't know me or that are lying and making up stories that they know me or making up lies about me and Tommy. Of course, that's OSA. That's what they do. That's what OSA does. That's what they're there for. That's why they were invented. Fair gaming. I mean, if you watch that episode on fair gaming and the Leah Remini show, it's exact. The policy is exact. Attack, lie, attack as much as you can their character, make up any story under the sun to take apart their character. There is an exact step-by-step guide to how to do an OSA op attack. There's an exact guide on what to do to make someone look really, really bad. And it's pretty simple, right? Like, just attack them, attack their character, lie about them. One of the steps is get them fired from their job, get them exiled from their community, call them a predator, call them a child predator. Do what you have to do to make them look bad. Hello? Like, that's OSA. That's what they do. That's called a smear campaign. That's what they literally follow. So it made me feel differently and look at it from a different perspective in a very good way. Paid or not, it's hateful. People being inspired by us are just to be haters. Absolutely. I believe they're being paid. Not always by money, though. Just some just love feeling relevant. Yeah, we know who that is, Lumen. I know exactly what you mean. What did Tory do in the church? I wonder, because she knew so much about OSA. We didn't get into that too much. She said that she was in the Sea Org for a short time. I'm not entirely sure what her post was. We didn't get into that. I'll have to ask her that next time. It does, Victoria, make sense. Why so much passion? Fair gaming you. It just made me look at it very differently and it made me feel much better about it. I was like, oh, that's it. It was like I finally opened, like ripped off the wrapping paper and I was like, oh, like it lost its shininess. I was like, oh, Tory really broke that down for me. It made total sense. It made total sense to me. Why would an absolute stranger tear down my character, try to get everybody to leave me, call me a predator, call me a con woman, say that I'm a documented I have legal documentation of all these bad things I've done when none of that's true. That's classic OSA. That's classic. That's step by step what Ron set out to do: attack their character, plant seeds of doubt, smear campaign. 100%. That's what that is. I'm not completely lined up with calling your son school and the stuff that they do. That's something OSA would do. OSA got Laura FM fired from her job of 15 years. Oh my God, I did not know that. That's horrible. That makes me so sad for her. That's terrible. I always liked her. Hey, Abdazzle, good to see you, babe. Right, like what they did with Huxley's school. Wow, that's sad for Laura. I did not know that. Reese, your prayers for clarity have been answered. Oh my God, that just gave me chills, Shelly. That's so true. I have been praying for a little over a week now to God for, I've been asking God because I tend to create illusions in my mind. And I've been asking for God for clarity through those illusions. Show me the clear clarity of things, which then brings about peace. I feel so much different about that. I think I've always been Abdazzle. I got this a long time ago at a vintage store in Kansas City, even though it's not a vintage sweater. That's so true. I kept seeing clarity on her face last night. Yes, Angie Mo, you did. That's right. You did. It is amazing how many people felt like Tory cleared the air, cleared a path. I really felt like a different person when I walked away from that interview last night. I felt stronger. I felt way more clear. And I felt like she's absolutely right about OSA. It makes zero sense for people to attack me and my character for no reason. But it makes all the sense in the world to do that if you're following what OSA procedures are. That is OSA. It's now, if it isn't coming from OSA, it's coming from someone who knows OSA very well, who may be a former Scientologist that still applies Scientology tactics. It could be a lot of things. I'm not saying it's entirely coming from OSA, probably is, but it's somebody who knows Scientology well enough and the tactics of attack, never defend, attack their character, plant seeds of doubt, hate campaign. It's somebody who knows how to follow those things, right? Those procedures. Hey, Martin. Her mods were amazing. Yeah, that's what cults do. I'm sure they bribed a lot of your ex followers too. Unfortunately, with all the high prices, it's something that changed people. Yeah, absolutely. Well, people are flakes. Hey, Helena, that's okay. People are flaky. And that's what I was saying is people are not who they say they are. They are not loyal. They're not, it's unfortunate, but they're not. And that's why I've been taking my time with people, getting to know them and not info dumping everything on them, right? Before I trust them. And Tory was absolutely everything that I would have prayed for in a friend. Everything. She brought every piece of wisdom, and you can tell she's very loyal. She's loyal to herself. She's loyal to her friends. She doesn't, my favorite thing about her is that this is really cool. And I told you guys this the other day. So I've had that interview scheduled with her. So, hey, Rachel, since like the first week of December. And over time, as I got toward the end of December, I sent a message to cancel that interview. And I said, "Hey, it's nothing against you." I said, "It's absolutely nothing against you. I really want to meet you. I really want to do this." But I said, "I have a lot of crazy ass people that follow me everywhere I go, haters, right? Like I have a lot of weird, obsessed guys that follow me and leave comments everywhere I go. And they're just really nuts and they can't seem to stop following me everywhere. And I don't want to bring that onto your channel." And I just said, I go, I just I don't want to bring that kind of hate to you. Whoa. I got back the most kind, like, you will be protected here. We don't put up with that shit. Tory has seen every piece of hate in this world. She's been attacked every which way. She doesn't back down to that shit. And I got this powerful message of we don't allow second chances. So we welcome anyone to come over here and leave hate comments. They'll be blocked and banned immediately, and you will be protected. We will not allow you to come over and share your story of being a victim or of a survivor and then allow you to get attacked in the comments. She was like, "We will not do that here. We do not play those games and we protect our guests." I cried when I read that. This was a couple of weeks ago. I cried when I read that. I was like, it feels amazing for someone to say, "We will protect you. You have nothing to worry about." And she said, she goes, "We don't fuck around here. People will not leave hateful comments. They will be blocked and banned immediately." And then she wrote, "And we do not give second chances." And I was like, oh, wow. And again, it's just about protecting your person that you're having on, and I thought that was so kind, and I was like, "Oh my god." I said, "I cannot wait to meet you. I cannot wait to have this interview with you. Thank you." And then I sent a message last night and I said, "Thank you again for protecting me." Like I can't believe it. I just can't believe it. Like I appreciate it. You have no idea what kind of value I place on people like that. You know, some people might go, "Oh, wow, that's so nice." Not me, man. That's something I'll die with. I will never forget your loyalty and you protecting me. I'll never forget it. That holds way more weight and credibility than anything. Love you, Pat Jonas, in my life. You standing up for me in rooms that I'm not in, you not stabbing me in the back, and you saying, "Oh no, you will be protected," means more than anything to me these days. You are now ready for the clarity. So it is now being provided to you. You had to process enough to be ready. And my prayers are being answered, baby steps. Totally. I find the more I talk to God and the more I pray and the more that I explain, like I like to explain to God when I pray for something. I don't just say, like, "Please bring me peace." I have full conversations with God now. And I'm like, "Please bring me peace because it would help me so much with these specific situations that I'm privately struggling with right now. Like, I'm really having a hard time with this. And I need you to bring me clarity through the illusions and some peace about it." And it just happens. And it's absolutely amazing. Thank you for that, baby steps. And thank you for your super chat. Buffy, paying my friend tax, Gertie tax. Love you, Buffy. Thank you for being a member, babe. That means a lot. I She is. Hey, time mark, Kat, she is like everybody's mom. When she said last night, yeah, Shelly, when she said, um, "I absolve you of being a degraded being," I melted. There were so many things she said to me, and it was like I couldn't fight her. That's what I mean. She wouldn't let me kick my own ass. I tried to kick my own ass, and she just wasn't having it. But she was so kind about it. She was so light-handed about it. She was so like, "Don't do that. Instead, do this." Like she had options. She gave solutions. She wasn't just like, "Hey, don't do that." She was like, "No, do this. Love yourself." She was so full of wisdom. That's exactly how my friend became my best friend. She shut down a hateful person who was gossiping about me many years ago. In return, I am extremely loyal to her. Nancy, what people who stand up for you in rooms that you're not in are so few and far between. They are hard to come by because people are easily swayed. And I don't even blame them. People are also afraid to stand up in rooms full of people for you when the rest of the room is tearing you down. I understand. People don't like conflict. They don't want to. I get it. I'm not even mad at them for that. But the ones who are brave enough to do it and go, hey, nah, not around me, that's Tory. Me too. She protects the commenters on replay as well. Sport Quarter commented on my comment. I reported him and the comment was deleted. Oh yeah, she won't put up with that guy. She knows. She knows. I got a message about it and she was like, fuck. As a matter of fact, not her, her mod messaged me and was like, look at this limp dick. That was the message I got. Look at this limp dick. She said something about look at this limp dick. She goes, imagine, I gotta read it now. Oh my God, it was hilarious. It was the best thing I'd read all day. God, it was so funny. Just the same 3 users under different profiles with no life and limp dicks. Imagine this is how you want to spend your time. What goofs. Is that not the best thing you've ever heard? And off into the forever you go, right? Like, who cares? Who cares? Nobody cares. Off into the forever you go because you're nothing. You're embarrassing. It's embarrassing for people to chase you around, like be obsessed with you. I don't even know these people. It's crazy. Love you, DNV. I watched a little of yesterday's chat with Tory. I felt like we all now are under her wings for protection. That's the energy I got from her. 100% time arc. Baby steps, the mom everyone should have. She was, hey, Colleen, she was so kind, so loving. Apparently, Lady O, I haven't gone to check on him, but limp dick. I know that she wouldn't care that I read that. Like, she would think it's hilarious that I read that. It's true. Get a fucking life. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. You can't get any views, so you have to go suck air out of other rooms. What a chump. Yeah, Trixie. That dude is so irrelevant. He'll never be relevant. No one's ever going to be relevant that worships and supports being a Nazi. Let's just be honest. He has no friends and he never will. He made his choice and he's a dirtball. Definite, incredibly validating and your experience. I don't even want to bring it up because giving him airtime, he'll go make a video about this now. He's watching right now. He'll go make a video about it. He's obsessed. Let's not give it any airtime. Let's not give him a name. Oh, actually, we could. Limp dick. I do like that. I haven't heard that term in a long time. Yeah, she's incredibly validating of your experience. Yes, she is. Of everybody's experience. She's just very validating. She's so brave to put her number out. I know. I know. Kim is Blue and I were both like, take your number down, Tory. But she's been doing it for apparently decades. And Lady O, I'm going to reach out to her. I'm definitely going to reach out to her, baby steps. I know what you were thinking, that I would be fearful to do that. I'm not. I think she's amazing. As a matter of fact, I was thinking today, I know, Kim, I was too. I was like hyperventilating over that. Vintage, limp dick. It is, it's vintage. I would like to go to LA and meet her in person. I would love to just one time go to LA, meet her in person, and go with her to a protest. Because that's the kind of protesting I would approve of, and I would feel good supporting. I do not believe in protesting if it's going to be yelling at people, calling them names, attacking them, especially Scientologists. Like, I came from that. I came from that. And when I did go protest in Clearwater, if you recall, I congratulated the guy for going clear. I don't want to hurt people. Like, I would not. Hey, Don Clark, I don't approve of that. I do not approve of that. I don't think it's cool to laugh at Scientologists, to make fun of them, to call them names. I think it's so fucking tacky and gross. But I love her approach. I love that it made me want to cry last night when she said, any one of them can call her and I'll come pick them up and give them a ride. I'll come get them. That's the kind of beautiful protest I like. I want to help Scientologists out, and I want them to feel like the protesters are a safe space to come out of, not looking out the window going, oh shit, I don't want to go out there. That's terrifying. That's scarier than it is in here. They're calling us names. Why would anybody want to come out and be rescued if you're doing that to them? Whether it be a Scientologist or anyone, why would anybody want to come out? They don't. So I would love to fly to LA and go protest with her and just meet her in person. That would be the honor of a lifetime. To hug her, to meet her. That's going to be a goal for me. I'm going to make that a goal, like a bucket list. I really would love to go meet her. I would. And plus, there's a ton of people in LA. There's a ton, and I would love to meet all of them. Yeah, I Joanne Hawley, I would absolutely be honored to go meet her. Thank you, Anne. You would be such a perfect team. I would feel so safe. And just so you know, Spanky is a celebrity agent and she's Mike Rowe's agent, and that is why he speaks out. I've heard of that. I've seen Spanky before. Her story is really, really sad. So she must be friends with Tory because Tory talked about her a lot. I'm glad that Tory has good friends. Oh, she does. Nora says that too. I see why. I would do that too. If any Scientologists wanted out, I'd totally drive to LA and get them and take them to get food. I'm also close to Pasadena, Oregon. I would definitely do that. That's one of the reasons I want to hand out business cards and I want to put my number on it because I would absolutely, if a Scientologist called me and said, I need help, can you come get me? I would set up a time to do it when they could escape. And I would absolutely pull up, get them in my car. I'd bring them to my house. Like I would do anything I could to help. I would let somebody stay with me to get them on their feet. I would do anything like that. I would absolutely do that. I believe in helping them. These people have been through enough. Calling them names as if they're stupid and don't know any better is absolute garbage. That is absolute trash, and I do not support it. I would never think that was okay to do that to any group of people. Nobody deserves that. Why would you think any human deserves that? They don't. That's not helping. That's harming. And what are we doing that for? Like clicks and views? I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the purpose of that, the outcome of that. I love how Tory protests. It's helpful. It's productive. And I would love to be a part of that. Reese, that conversation you had with the man who just went clear was wonderful. You could see that he felt seen and it planted a seed in him that the outside world was a safe space for people. You should be proud. Thank you, Helena. I was very sad for that man. Yeah, she said that. Kim is blue. She's just a very down to earth person. I went to the post office. Lady at the counter was talking about Jesus. After several minutes, I politely interrupted with a question. Jesus lady gave me the dirtiest look through a fake smile. Yeah, that's to me never. No, it's not funny at all, Lumen. I don't think it's funny in any shape or form. The Jesus stuff makes me uncomfortable when people do that. I don't think it's appropriate to just do that, approach someone. I believe in God and Jesus now, but I'm never going to walk up to someone and talk about Jesus and make people uncomfortable. I really am a firm believer in no politics or religion with people I don't know, even with people I do know. Politics and religion is it's a sensitive and it's a very personal, private subject for people. I think it's weird and entitled to walk up to someone and be like, "Hey, let's talk about the Lord." How do you know the outcome of that? It's not great. Doesn't make you a bad person. I just think if someone were to walk up to me and do that, like you, Kat, I would probably just say, "Hey, that's a really private topic for me. But have a good evening, right? Give me all the dirty looks you want." Brian Bolin, I have missed you, my friend. I hope that you're well. I worry about your health and I hope you're okay. I love you, Brian Bolin. Unless you're Gertie. Love you, Erica. I'm glad you got to be here, babe. It's a little judgy too, Stacey Toms. It's just we don't know where people stand, right? Like, what if they're Jewish? What if they're Muslim? What if they're like, it's a little insensitive, maybe is not entitled, not so much insensitive to walk up and talk about such a private topic. I don't know. I'm just not there. She was talking to the postal worker and went on and on. I just needed to ask a quick question, so I politely interrupted them. Well, I mean, just remember this, Cat. That's on her. Don't adopt it as your own problem. Don't even think twice about it. It's on her, and hopefully she'll see the light one day on that. That's not an appropriate space to have that conversation. No, Kat, I know exactly what you're saying, and I absolutely agree with that. The big C didn't spread, so all is good so far. Surgery is March 23rd. Okay. Let's all send some really positive thoughts, healing, wishes, vibes, and prayers to Brian Boland, March 23rd. I'm really thankful that the cancer did not spread, Brian, but I really, really am hopeful for this surgery, my friend. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that news with us. Hey, I didn't know you were still in here, babe. So I just had to I had to talk about how inspired I was by Tory. I'm going to go back and watch some of that. I'll have to break it up since it's 3 hours. I have some other things I'm doing right now that I have a deadline on I have to get finished with. But thank you to everybody who watched that interview, who took the time. Thank you to the people who came over here and subscribed. I think I have a couple new subscribers from the Lifeboat and also from Tory Magoo's channel. And I just want to say thank you. If you didn't come from those channels, but you're new, thank you for being here. Thank you for your time. I realize you can pick anybody, and that's very kind of you to hit subscribe. To all the rest of you, please hit subscribe because YouTube will unsubscribe you. God and Satan don't want my scary ass. Brian Boland, they're not going to take you, my friend. You're going to live. Thank you, Stacy Toms. I have not worn this. I think the last time I wore this sweater, I did a show with Sterling. If I remember, the last time I wore this, I was with Sterling. I miss Sterling. I will be watching it again to really catch everything. Me too. Baby steps. It was that good. I'm going to go watch it, and I feel like it's worth 2 times for sure. I love you guys. Thank you for being positive. Thank you for bringing it tonight. Tori is absolutely, like I said, a treasure. She's a treasure to me. And hey, women's warrior. 35, 40 years ago, a few women survivors of domestic violence before established refuges were plenty would see women. I'm having a hard time with this comment. Women and children in danger and do just that, go bring them home to safety. Oh, absolutely. Yes. That's what it's about. If you're not about helping, that's cool. Just don't be harmful. That's how I look at that. Like, no one's asking you to donate money to the charity. Nobody's asking you to go get that Scientologist to help them, but just don't do anything to harm them. Trust me, life is hard enough. Like, walking in other people's shoes would be difficult if you had to do it. And life is hard enough. Just be kind to people. But most importantly, anything I learned from Tori last night, before you're kind to people, be kind to yourself. Because if you're not going to love yourself, Brian, if you're not going to love yourself, how are you going to love others fully? So be kind to you. I am really going to practice that. I am really, really going to try. Abigail, closing. So we keep on praying for you, asking our God to enable you to live a life worthy of his call. May he give you the power to accomplish all the good things. What a lovely scripture. That's New Testament. I love that, Abigail. That's so positive. Wow. Thank you for that. And thank you for super chatting it, Abigail. Guys, thank you for your time tonight. I mean it. I love you. I know it's valuable. And that's the biggest gift. Have we picked one for January? Yes, I already donated to it 2 days ago. Hey, Linda, we have chosen the Philadelphia Children's Hospital. It's called CHOP for short. I have chosen them because DNV's son has been diagnosed with a brain tumor. His name is Joshua, and he's 12 years old. And the Philadelphia Children's Hospital is helping Joshua and DNV and the family. And I thought that was just an absolute yes from me. It made all the sense in the world. I am praying for Joshua. We all are. And the doctors say that it's curable. So that's amazing. And we're really pulling for him. So, Rachel, the Philadelphia Children's Hospital is where he's having his treatments and where we are donating our money for the month. Again, it makes total sense. And I gave my money the other night. I might do it again at the end of the month. CHOP is amazing. I have a friend who is there. A child grew up to become a nurse. She's amazing. Yeah, I've heard really good things. Hey, Anne, you and Tori were a great watch last night. Thank you for watching it. I'm about 45 minutes from finishing. That's why I've been quiet. My biggest takeaway is her being so open about having epilepsy because I do too. Yes, Abigail, I knew that about you. And I like how open she was about it. So here's the link for the charity. Yadira, thank you so much. If you want to do it in Joshua's name, we don't know his last name. We don't need to know his last name. That's not something we're going to share, but it starts with a B. So everybody's typing in if you want to donate in honor of him, like we all did. Hey, Audra in Denver, what is Tory's channel? It's called Tory Magoo 44, but the mods can also post a link to the video. It was really great, Audra. Thank you for being here. This is if you want to donate in the name of Joshua, in honor of Joshua, just Joshua B is how we're doing that. But thank you to everyone who donates. I love, love, love working with charities and I love donating to charities. It really, really warms me. No problem, DNV. You've got a lot going on, girl. And Audra, Yadira just posted the link to the show. Love you, West Coast Fancy Nancy. Tomorrow is what? Wednesday. I will be here tomorrow. Love you, Stacey Toms. I will be here tomorrow afternoon, normal time, somewhere around there. And I love you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Hit subscribe and I'll see everybody soon. Thank you for the super chats. You know that. I appreciate it so much. Thank you for being members. Always. Hux and I really appreciate it, guys. Love you. Hey, Fraz, it's my birthday today, 71. Happy 71st birthday. That's amazing. Tomorrow is the God stream. Tomorrow is Wednesday. I was going to do a God stream tomorrow if you guys are up for it. Do not feel like you have to come. I will label it as such. Do not feel like you have to be there. No pressure. It's not going to be an everyday thing. It's just every once in a while we do them. And for those that want to join, please join. For those that don't, just come back on Thursday. But yes, I would like to do that tomorrow, Abigail. Can you make it? Because I would really like you to be there. Love you, Debbie Bam. Tomorrow, I would say around 4 my time. Does that work? Baby Steps, I would like you to be there if you can. Liz Tricks, I really enjoy Chrissy Lynn too. I really enjoy her being there. Does 4 o'clock my time work or do you guys prefer later? Do you want to do like a 5 o'clock? Okay, Nancy. I can do later if that works. Usually later you guys prefer than earlier. Okay. They're saying 4 o'clock works. Abigail, I hope that works for you. I would like you to attend. I just find you to be very helpful. Yeah, Martin. Okay, Kestrel, good. That's my time. I may be delayed in the beginning because I'll be driving home. Okay, I can pull it off at 4:30 if that's okay with Joanne and Liz Tricks. I can do 4:30 tomorrow. Thank you, Mimi. Let's try to go for 4:30 tomorrow. I can even try to do like 4:15, Abigail, and you can just be late. It's no big deal if you're late. I just really like you being there. You always bring a lot to the table, and I like your wisdom and just your words. So, okay, Nancy, how about if I do 4:30? Love you, Vicky. Okay, everybody else says 4:30 is okay. I will go for 4:30. If you can't make it, guys, no big deal. Don't worry about it. I just enjoy those a lot. Thank you, Martin. Okay. DNV, we are honored to do that and praying for Joshua. All right, mods, thank you for being here. I mean it, guys. Thank you for your time. Hit subscribe, and I love you guys. I will see you all tomorrow who choose to join that stream. I'm not offended if you don't want to be there. Totally understand. Like, if it's not your cup of tea, please, like, not pushing that. Never, ever, ever will I push my beliefs or thoughts on anyone. I really do these streams for me because I have a lot of questions. Just like sometimes you guys have questions about Scientology, I can answer those. I can't answer about that stuff. So it's just fun to do those. And it's inspirational for me. Kestrel, I'll have to ask him. I don't know if Huxley will join us, but that's a good question. Nancy, I would never think that. I love you guys, though. And I will see everybody tomorrow at 4:30. And thank you for being here. I mean it. Here comes Fred, guys.